Alexander the Great.
Here we go.
No. It's not one of my weird ones. I actually don't know fuck all one because I only literally just read it. But do you know him? Of course you fucking know him. You're named after him.
Shut up. Not personally, but go on.
Well, when he died, I think it was like 6 days later or something, they had to dig up his body, or maybe it was ages later, and they found out that it took like 6 days for his body to start decomposing, and they thought he was like some crazy, amazing god figure because of this shit. They reckon now, some medicine person says that the reason why his body might not have started decomposing for 6 days is because he actually wasn't fucking dead.
Oh, what? And he was dead when
they buried him alive, man. So the way he died, he was 32. And first he got like a fever, and then he lost his ability to speak, and then he became paralyzed. And then shortly after that, they pronounced him dead.
So if he was paralyzed, then he wouldn't even have been able to
move to get their attention,
or there would have been no evidence that.
Oh my god!
I mean, it's not proven, not guaranteed, but there's similar diseases to that where it does that to you, and you can, for all intents and purpose, look dead. But not be.
I wonder what you do
there is. I
there.
have read cases like that, and I think one of them was in an African country where this man was pronounced dead, and days later he shot up.
Well, yeah, it used to happen all the time. That's the Saved by the Bell saying. Yep. That's what that comes from, because people used to be they're never going to know how many people were buried alive, but there was plenty of cases where they thought people were dead, and then it turned out they weren't. So they invented a few different things, but the most popular one was they'd attach all these strings to the person that had been buried in the ground, and they would lead up to on top of the grave where a little bell was there. And obviously, if you wake up in the bell goes, and then all the grave diggers come out and undig them.
Oh my Lord.
Is that a word?
It is them up.
Yeah, but it's
wow.
It's there's lots of cases of that, and it's only in more recent times where they've actually know how to properly pronounce the person dead. That's why you need a doctor to do it, not just the ambulance people can't even do it. It has to be a doctor, because there's plenty of things that can really make it look like you're not breathing, and there's no pulse. And
isn't that what the coroner does? Yeah, and then they also had that thing where they would build an air shaft with light as well. Yeah, that went from your coffin all the way up 6 feet up, so that if you did wake up, you didn't suffocate, and you could have light and stuff. And then there was something so you could communicate as well.
We need to stop talking about being buried alive.
Yeah, and that's why the morgue was first invented, because they'd leave people in there for a few days just to try and make sure that they were actually dead.
Because if you aren't, we'll just freeze you to death in the morgue.
Well, I don't know if they actually chucked them in a freezer in the morgue to begin with.
No, probably not.
It was probably a very gross, disgusting smelling area.
And on that note.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, fuck being buried alive. Edgar Allan Poe, he's one of the greatest horror, I don't know if you call it a horror. Anyway, he did Tales of a Mystery and Imagination, The Pit and the Pendulum.
He did some pretty...
That heart one, what's the heart one called?
Telltale Heart.
The Telltale Heart.
I mean, that was horror for back
I've
then.
heard of his name.
That was his greatest fear, was being buried alive.
I think that's a lot of people's greatest fear. It's definitely right up on my list.
Oh, it would be fucking horrible. Ugh. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah.
I'm very claustrophobic, so buried alive is the ultimate horrible thing. But even if even when my kids are playing with me and stuff, if they lie on me and tickle me or whatever, I freak out and I'm like, okay, you're too big now. You have to get off mummy. Otherwise, mummy's going to start punching things.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, it'd be so bad. And just knowing you got 6 feet of dirt above you, so even if you fucking somehow managed to...
no one could hear you.
Fucked.
This is increasing my anxiety greatly, just talking about it.
Next subject. Thank you, Cameron.
That's all right.